In this video, I'll show you how you can make your own Revolutionary War medallion like I've done here. Let's get started. When you get into Tinkercad, the first thing you'll see is the work plane. Think of the work plane as the floor. Everything in your design must be flat on the floor so that it'll print on the 3D printers. With that in mind, let's do what we need to do first by grabbing a cylinder. I'll just click it once with my left click, and then you'll see it follow my mouse until I put it over here on the work plane with another click. Now that I've done that, I need to change its size so that it's the right shape for our medallion. First, let's get a look at it from a few different sides. If you click and hold the right click button and slide your mouse around, you'll be able to change the camera angle so you can see the different parts of your design. Let's click on the shape once so that it's selected, outlined in blue. Then I'm going to left click and drag one of these white squares in the corner so that we can stretch it out, just like you would a picture in a Google Doc. But it's still too tall, so that's what this white square is for. Let's drag it down until it's 5 millimeters thick. That's looking more like it. Here's a tip for all the things you need to add to your Revolutionary War medallion. You want to put the name of your figure, the dates for your figure, and the symbol for your figure all on top of the medallion. To make that easier, press the W key on your keyboard. When you do that, you'll see this shape starts following your mouse. And when I put it on the side of my shape, you'll see it goes to the side of my design. And when I click on top of my design, you'll see that the work plane actually turns orange and lifts up on top of my shape. Now that I've done that, any shape I put on top of my design will already be attached to it in the way that we want. So I'll grab the text tool, click on top of my object here. It's right on top of it, connected, which is perfect. But I need to change what it says over here so that it says the first thing for my medallion, which is the name of my figure. Now, it's much too big, so just like we did with the medallion, we need to click and drag on the corner to change the size of the name. Make it all fit on your medallion, and don't make it too big. I'm going to leave it here for now. And I'm going to use this to make it much skinnier, maybe to here. Maybe a little bit skinnier too. That's good for now. Next, I need to get another text box and put the dates for my figure. I paused the recording for a second so that I could finish changing the size and shape of the name and of the dates, just to make room here for the next tool I need to show you, which is the Scribble Tool. I clicked on the Scribble Tool, I go over here, and I click on my design once more. Now you're going to see something a little different. Here, we can use this pen to actually start drawing our symbols. I click and hold the left click button to draw. And you'll notice on the right side, whenever I draw and I let go, there's a preview of what my drawing will look like when I'm done with it, and it gets converted to 3D. If I make a mistake, I can go down here and use the eraser tool. There isn't a way to make the pen tool any skinnier, so if you need smaller lines, draw them first, then use the eraser tool to take some away. For this project, you'll want to stick with either one symbol or maybe two if they're small. You'll notice this drawing over here is hollow on the inside. That's because I haven't colored in the whole thing yet. When you're done with your drawing, click the Done button. Once more, this is going to be too large for my medallion, so let's resize it like we would any other shape. Now, make sure that the parts of your medallion are not bumping up against each other. If they are, they won't turn out the way you want them to on the 3D printer. This design is looking great. Uh-oh, looks like my pieces aren't actually touching my medallion. Here's what I'm going to do to fix that. First, I'll click the W again, then click on the regular work plane. Now, looking at it from the side is really important to see if they're all touching. What I'm going to do is one by one, click on each piece and use this cone to lower them down until you see that they're resting on the actual medallion. Just like this, and this, and this. There's one last thing we're going to need to add to our medallion. So grab another cylinder, click over here and make sure it's actually flat on the work plane and not on your medallion. Now let's make it a lot smaller and skinnier, maybe like this, and drag it up here. You'll see I left a bunch of room at the top of my medallion for this specific piece. Here's what we're going to do with it. Click on the cylinder once you've got it to be the size you want. Turn it into a hole over here. We're going to have this be a hole in our medallion so we can actually put some string through it and wear it like a real medallion. The last step we need to do to get it all to work is click and drag, starting over way off in the corner. Click and hold the left click button and drag this red square all the way around your design. Everything turns blue and is selected. Go up here to this button that says Group and click it. What that'll do is it will combine our whole design into one project, and you'll actually be able to see the hole in your medallion. The very last thing you need to do to finish your project today is go up here and change the name of your project to something that makes more sense. Tinkercad gives it a funny name to start off with. Up here, change it to your name and the word Medal with a D. That's how I'll know that this is the project that you want me to print for your account. When you've finished your project, it's very important that you also click this Tinkercad button right here in the top left corner so that it says saving your design down in the corner. When you've done that, you are finished with your project. Good job.